Okay, this is the heater, what some people call the heater, and it is. It's the vent fan, complete vent fan. It's also the heater. You turn the fan and the heat on, and you got heat. Also, we have the evaporator coils here. So you turn their cooling on, and the same fan that runs the heater, the same fan that runs by itself, comes on. Condensing unit outside comes on, which, by the way, is properly fused. I didn't mention that in the condensing unit video you're about to see, but it is. Condensing unit comes on, and it pumps the refrigerant from those lines outside in the video you're about to see that's not insulated, but it pumps the refrigerant through this system, through these A coils, and it exchanges the heat, and so we have our cooling too. So it's half of your cooling system, believe it or not. And we call that the indoor air handler. It's in a closet. Really shouldn't use these closets for storage, but what are you going to do? We do not have a care and use manual. It takes a 20 by 20 by 1 air filter, and this is the way I found it. I didn't make that loose. I did not make that loose. And again, I think I said, maybe I didn't. This is wired properly. We do not have a care and use manual. So that's about it. It's 3 tons. It's matched. It's R410A. It's matched. This is your refrigerant line. Refrigerant piping. It should be insulated. It should have a P-trap. It doesn't have a P-trap. We don't need a secondary drain line in this application because we have a flow switch. So because of the flow switch, we're allowed not to have a secondary emergency drain line. But the primary drain line still should be insulated, and it still should have a P-trap on it. So what do we learn? We learned that the filter cover's loose. We learned, here's another thing that we learned, is that when you have a fur down flashlight going here, you have a fur down for your air return. When this was built, it was okay. But today it would be lined, and we know it's not. It would be lined with a galvanized tray underneath it. And this is not. Thermostat's up here, and a thermostat does not indicate that this is a heat pump system. So we have fan on, fan off. It is programmable. We've got cool, off, and heat. Those are, and that door comes off. And the little hinges kind of break on them. This wouldn't even have the hinge. Yeah, it's got the holes for the hinges. And they kind of break. Well, we learned, and the thermostat's here in the living room. Same wall as a fireplace. That might influence it. That might influence it if you're running a fire and you're having the thermostat on. Just saying. And what we learned is we don't have a care and use manual. We learned that the cover is off, and it's upside down too. See how the writing's upside down? The arrow's pointing the wrong way. So this is probably why it doesn't fit. Somebody tried to put it on backwards. It's going to leak a little bit of air. We do not have a primary drain line P-trap. It's not insulated. And that's about it. No care and use manual. How many times am I going to say that? So no care and use manual. Pipe does not have a P-trap. Pipe is not insulated. And door's upside down, loose. That's it.